Explorers! Today we'll be talking about going down the Rhine River with AmaWaterways. I'm so excited. Today we have Sebastien with us from AmaWaterways himself, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the journey that we'll be taking. Hi Sebastien, how are you?
Hi Amanda, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks.
Well, good morning folks. We are here to talk to you about the Christmas markets on the Rhine. As Amanda just said, and as you might hear with my accent, my name is Sebastien Leroy. I've been with AmaWaterways for the past 8 years. I'm from Normandy in France. As I said, 8 years with the company, 7.5 of them as a cruise manager, and the past 6 months as a business development manager here in Northern Florida.
That's wonderful. You know, Sebastien stopped into our office a couple months ago, and he introduced himself to us as our new business development manager, and that accent sold us, I think. We've all known and love AmaWaterways already. We've sent several of our clients on board the ships, and we've cruised them ourselves. But when you have a business development manager who has cruised and sailed on, how many sailings do you think you've been on?
I would say about 120.
120, you know that they know the product from the inside and out. So I asked him to come with us today and to tell us a little bit about the experience that we'll be having on board on our Christmas Markets cruise. So would you give us a little bit of the story that we'll be going on while we'll be starting in Amsterdam?
Mm-hmm. Well, it is a great cruise. I mean, the Rhine River is one of the most important rivers in Europe, probably one of the most scenic as well, together with the Danube. But when it comes to Christmas traditions, Germany, Eastern France as well, are very, very important. And the great thing when you start in Amsterdam and go up the river, even if you're going south, you're going up the river. But every day you get, first of all, a different scenery, but also a different experience, and you get more and more in this Christmas tradition. You start with Cologne, where you will have this Christmas market right next to the cathedral. The next day you will see the Rhine Gorge, and you arrive in this little village that is called Rüdesheim, which is a winemaker's village originally, but they transform like half the village in a little Christmas town. And you continue. You have cities that are absolutely magnificent in winter, like Heidelberg, and one that you cannot miss, Colmar. Colmar, that's in Alsace. Beautiful, beautiful place. Really fairy tale little village. You will of course see Strasbourg on the way, and the Venice of northeastern France. You have all these canals there, and you end up in Switzerland. And if you decide to go for this post extension in Switzerland, I can only recommend to see the Christmas markets in Lucerne and in Zurich. So
what about the Christmas markets makes the experience so magical? Will you tell us a little bit about the Christmas markets themselves?
They're all different, so that's the good thing. You have only local producers on most of them. You don't have these products that you can find everywhere on most of these little Christmas markets, and that's what I think is very interesting with river cruising, is that you will go to places where not everybody else goes. We have the ability with the ships to take you to very special places, as I said, where you will have very, very local and typical products. And this atmosphere, when you go in a Christmas market in the evening, you have a glass of mulled wine with you, you have the smell of all the different products that you can have eating. I mean, roasted almonds, or when you're in Switzerland, raclette that you will find in the main station in Zurich. This is, you simply feel like you're in a magical world.
Say that word again for me.
Magical.
No. The one before, the raclette.
The raclette.
What is that?
That's actually a cheese that you shave.
Okay.
And what happens? You have different ways to make it. You have, and that comes really. That's typically from the Alps. The French make it, for example, with a baked potato, and you will shave the cheese on this. But when you're in Switzerland, they will make it with, for example, smoked ham. Or bacon, and this is really calorie free, which is the great thing.
Always on vacation, it's calorie free. I agree.
Absolutely. But the taste and just the smell. I mean, you are there and you're just walking around and you see these little wooden products. I mean, for example, what is great to bring back home is always like ornaments. homemade, and I mean homemade, locally made ornaments. Many of them are made in front of you.
Wow.
This is something that is very special on these tours. And of course, you have the tours. You have the discovery of the cities themselves. You're not just going on a Christmas market. You have all this vast array of excursions that is offered by AmaWaterways.
That's the next thing that I was going to ask you. So you're going on a Christmas market tour, and that's what the trip is really marketed and geared towards. But they're really going to see the destination. So they want to do more than just visit the Christmas markets, right? They
Absolutely.
want to go and do the tours.
Absolutely. When you're coming to Europe, of course you will go and see these Christmas markets, but when you do a trip like this, you want to discover the places where you go. So visiting the city of Amsterdam, what is the best way to visit Amsterdam? You will go on a canal boat cruise if you want to. What is also very important is to understand that you can, but that you don't have to. If you decide that you want to go on your own, that's also possible. But everywhere you go, you will have at least 2 different tours that will show you the city where you are. And after that, during your free time, you will have the possibility to enjoy these Christmas markets.
Absolutely. And why wouldn't you go on a canal cruise? There's 165 canals or something?
168, yes, absolutely.
168, wow. So, and AmaWaterways provides that for everybody. They have the opportunity to be able to go on that, or the opportunity to have the free time to go and enjoy Amsterdam on their own. So
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. What along this itinerary would maybe be your favorite excursion to go on, your favorite tour of the day?
That's a very hard question, because I've had this question so many times. When I was a cruise manager on the ships, people would come to me and say, so what's your favorite cruise, or what's your favorite excursion? And the reality is they're all different. What my personal favorite is on a Christmas cruise on the Rhine is certainly to visit Strasbourg. You spend the day there. You have the possibility to visit the town itself in the morning. And after that, you have some free time in the afternoon. You have different excursions, and I'm not going to describe all the excursions here today, but you have really a vast array that will be described by your cruise manager when you're on the ship. But the visit of Strasbourg with the possibility to stay in town for lunch, because that's also the beauty of being in these cities. You don't have to come back to the ship all the time. You're there for a week, so enjoy the cities, enjoy the time that you have them and the local specialties. Strasbourg, yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Okay, Strasbourg. All right, very good. And Rüdesheim, I've heard they have some special coffee there.
Yes, and Rüdesheim, I can talk to you about Rüdesheim because I lived 7 years in this little village.
Wow.
So they have a specialty that is called the Rüdesheimer Café, or Rüdesheimer Coffee.
It just sounds so much better coming out of his mouth than mine, right?
Thank you.
Yes, very nice.
So this coffee, it's made in special mugs. It's more than 100 years old. What they're doing there, because it's made with a local alcohol. It's called Asbach Uralt. So it's kind of a brandy. And what happens is you will put a few cubes of sugar in this mug. You will put the Asbach, and then you will flambe this. So the alcohol will start burning. What they do after that, they put the coffee on top of the alcohol that is burning or that has burnt, and you top that with, once again, calorie-free whipped cream. That's really good to drink, and the great thing, since the alcohol has burnt, you have the flavor of the brandy, but you don't have the alcohol, so it's really, really nice, or less alcohol.
Nice. I love that. I absolutely love that. Now, there is an opportunity for a gondola ride too, correct?
That's correct.
And that is also in Rüdesheim as well.
That's also in Rüdesheim, because when you arrive there, so the program takes you through the Rhine Gorge in the morning with the ship, where your cruise director will explain to you what are these 26 castles that you will see left and right, castles that date back to the 12th century for some of them. And after that, you arrive in this little winemaker's village. And the gondola ride will take you up to the so-called Niederwalddenkmal. So that's a statue that was built after the French-German War or Prussian War of 1870. And there you have a view over the entire Rheingau Valley. So the ride itself is very quiet, it's very peaceful. And then you have a super view over all the vineyards from the Rheingau Valley. Superb excursion.
Very nice. So it's not necessarily for people who are afraid of heights, but if you want the best lookout and the most amazing photos, it's probably definitely the trip you want to take,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Great.
And it's I mean, there are two portions where the elevation is a little higher, but it's really not that high either when you go over the vineyards.
Okay, very good. Good to know. Anything about this trip that if somebody's on the fence, doesn't know if they should go, not go, maybe they're debating between the Danube or the Rhine and they're thinking about going on this trip, what should they know? What do you want to tell them?
What I want to tell them, I mean, if you choose a cruise with us, you will never go wrong. But when it comes to the Christmas market, I believe that the Rhine, each of them, the Rhine and the Danube, have their specificities. What I particularly like about the Rhine, and I mentioned it a little bit a few minutes ago, is really that you have this progression or this gain of intensity, and you really get in this Christmas market atmosphere when you start in Amsterdam and really start then in Germany, where you have all these different Christmas markets, to finish then in Switzerland with these beautiful towns. Small Christmas market, different themed Christmas market, for example, in Lucerne and Zurich. It is really about getting this intensity and this Christmas market atmosphere. And you don't have this only outside the ship. The experience on board the ship is very important. I mean, you have an evening on board the ship, because that's really important. We have very nice entertainment on board the ship in the evening. Your cruise manager and your crew are there, for example, for a Christmas tree decoration evening. After that, you have some Christmas carols that are sang by the entire crew. And that's an experience, I mean, I've seen that many times, and the guests become children again.
I love it.
That's for sure.
I love it. I love it. I had a client who came back from a Christmas markets trip last year, and they said that Santa Claus came on board their ship. Do you think that is a possibility?
I mean, we all have a special relationship with Santa. So I'm not going to spoil the whole thing, but there is a very good chance that Santa will come, and for those of the guests who have been nice all along the year, he might even bring some presents.
I think maybe her husband got coal in his stocking, though. So.
Yeah, Krampus could come as well. I mean, you never know.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I love it. So, and then if any of you were at our Christmas Around the World, you will understand what he was just talking about too. So I love that you were here today, able to talk to our explorers about experiencing Christmas on the Rhine. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having me.
I cannot wait to bring our group of explorers on AmaWaterways and experience the Rhine for Christmas markets tradition this year. Mm-hmm. If you are interested in joining me, there's only a few spaces left, so please be sure to call us at Roseborough Travel. We'll be happy to help you and get you booked right away. And we do have an event coming up too that you'll be at next month. And we'll be having a panel discussion as well with AmaWaterways. So we would love to get all of our explorers on board AmaWaterways, experience river cruising at its finest, and you will absolutely love it. Thank you very much for joining us.
This will be a memorable experience. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes.
Bye-bye.